Imagine being told that you're too distracted because you have too many interests. What if the opposite is true? What if the fact that you love psychology, fitness, business, music, technology, art, or completely unrelated subjects is actually giving your brain an advantage that a highly specialized person may not have? Having multiple interests isn't necessarily a lack of focus. Sometimes it's how your brain discovers connections that other people never see. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why your curiosity might be one of your greatest psychological advantages. 1. Your brain connects unrelated ideas. When you explore different subjects, your brain collects information from completely different worlds. Psychology teaches you about human behavior. Business teaches you about money and decision-making. Art teaches you about creativity. Technology teaches you about systems. And when these ideas collide, something powerful can happen. You create connections that weren't obvious before. A person who understands psychology and marketing might understand persuasion differently. Someone interested in fitness and neuroscience might discover a better way to understand performance. Your advantage isn't knowing everything. It's being able to connect things other people keep separated, and that can turn ordinary knowledge into original ideas. 2. Multiple interests. Keep your brain curious. Think about what happens when you study the same thing every day. Eventually, familiarity can reduce your excitement. But when you constantly discover something new, your brain has another reason to stay engaged. A new subject creates a question. That question creates curiosity. Curiosity pushes you to explore. And exploration gives your brain new information to work with. That's why learning something completely unrelated to your main skill can sometimes make you better at your main skill. You aren't wasting time. You're feeding your brain new material. 3. You become harder to replace. Imagine two people. One person has only one skill. The other has several skills that overlap. The second person can communicate, analyze, create, solve problems, understand people, and adapt. That's a powerful combination, because the modern world constantly changes. Jobs change, technology changes, industries change, and the ability to adapt becomes increasingly valuable. Your advantage isn't simply having more interests, it's learning how to combine them into something useful. That's when curiosity becomes a competitive advantage. 4. You discover what you're actually good at. Here's something most people don't realize. You may not know your strongest ability yet, and you won't discover it by doing the same thing forever. Trying different interests gives you opportunities to experiment. Maybe you discover you're naturally good at writing. Maybe you're better at explaining complicated ideas. Maybe you're unusually creative. Maybe you're great at analyzing patterns. Every new interest gives you another opportunity to discover a hidden strength. Sometimes you don't find your path by choosing one thing immediately. You find it by exploring enough things to recognize what keeps pulling you back. 5. The real advantage isn't multitasking, but there's an important distinction. Having multiple interests doesn't mean constantly jumping between tasks and never finishing anything. That's distraction. The real advantage is deep curiosity combined with focused execution. Explore widely, learn deeply, then choose where to apply what you've learned. Think of your interests like pieces of a puzzle. Individually, they may seem unrelated, but eventually you may discover that they fit together into something uniquely yours. And that is where the unfair advantage appears. Because someone else may know more than you about one specific subject, but you may see something they can't see. The connection between subjects. So don't automatically feel guilty because you're interested in many things. Your curiosity isn't necessarily a weakness. It may be your brain telling you to explore, learn, experiment, connect, and build something that could only come from your unique combination of interests. Because sometimes the person who looks unfocused from the outside is actually building a perspective that nobody else has. Don't forget to subscribe to Physio for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.